Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Sign up now for a $20 free bet. Just use the code IFLTV24. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, delighted as always to be joined by Mr. Sam Jones. Sam, I've been after you for a couple of days now, so I'll ask it anyway. I'm probably a bit too late, but did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, it was a quiet one, mate. It was a pretty quiet one. I don't ever really do much for New Year, Andy, if I'm honest. I'm not really like a big, yeah, it's a new year kind of thing. I just think every day I'm like kind of grateful to be alive. So like the 31st of December going into the 1st of Jan, I'm like, great. Like,
I'm the same. We go down to the Lake District every year. Every year we go down the Lake District about the 27th, 28th of December.
Andy, I've got to be honest, I hate fireworks as well. Hate them.
Because once you've seen one firework, you've seen them all.
Well, no, I just don't see the enjoyment. They're really loud. They hurt your ears, and you squint at the sky like that. I'm just not a big New Year. Just like they're just loud, aren't they? They make you squint. I don't
You're
get them.
sounding like you're 60-year-old, man. You're only 35.
I know, mate. I know. Recently turned 35 as well, Andy.
Jeez, happy birthday as well. I'm late on that one as well. But listen,
it's all right, mate.
I've got the old grumpy Sam Jones, which is I'm looking forward to. But listen, at least you're in the gym, Sam. I've seen you training hard in that gym. And what you coming after me? What's going on?
No, mate. I need to get my diet correct. But the training, I train very hard. I am training really hard because you do get to a point in your life where you think, if you're 25, you can kind of get away with eating certain things. You're not having to. But now I've only got to look at a Five Guys, and my arse will wiggle for a month. So I need to like, because I'm one of them people, Andy. I don't count calories. Like I just if I want something, I will eat it. But I know I need to be better with it. But I am training very hard. If I didn't train, I would be the fattest bastard in the world, Andy. But I do train very hard. Shout out Kurt Gibbons, KFG Fitness, literally the best guy in the world.
Oh, second best behind me, but I'll let that one slide. Well, let's cut the bullshit, Sam. Let's go straight into it. What's the latest on Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor? Can you let me know?
Before we say this, Andy, you see, I got asked by your mate Parsons the other day about this, and Josh will see these clips and think I'm just talking about him every day. I get asked, yeah, I know what he likes to call me, an irrelevant car salesman. I'm that guy, yeah, but I keep getting asked, so I have to inform the world as to what's happening. So no, Andy, we're in discussions to make the fight, right, with your pal, and we've agreed our side to the deal. Jack Catterall has agreed his side of the deal to fight Josh Taylor next. Everybody wants to fight, so it's just over to Josh. But if he doesn't want the fight, no problem. We can all move on, but it's down to Josh. Simple as that. And that is genuinely, swear on my life, that is what it comes down to. And it's definitely not even a money problem anymore, because that's going to be taken care of. So over to the former undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, Josh Taylor.
Exactly, and that's what. Listen, I'll go put my pal's hat on. He deserves the respect for that, because, like I say,
I give him respect. You see, Andy, he despises me, but I'm a Josh Taylor fan. I just want Jack Catterall to whoop his ass for the second time. That's all. No problem. He can still hate me, but I respect Josh Taylor. I respect everything he's done in boxing. He's an all-time great, one of the best. These shores. We won't say this country because that will offend the your countrymen, but it is one of the best these shores have produced. Fact. So we give him his props, and I don't mind that he goes on an assault at me at 3 a.m. in the morning in Mexico on his honeymoon. No problem. I forgive you. No problem. Let's just get the fight done.
What I'm hearing is this is the third offer that's been offered to Josh. Is that correct?
It's not just rumor. It's fact. Absolute fact.
And so, obviously, the only sticking point here is just Josh agreeing to the fight. Everything in terms of venue
Andy,
and
all down to Josh.
Yep,
it's all down to Josh.
And if Sam, you've been in the game long enough, man. If I was to tell you ask you how confident you are in this fight happening, how confident are you?
You're more qualified than me to answer that question. It's nothing about me being in the game. The money's there, the venue's there, everything is there to make this fight. How old do you know your boy?
Well, I know you. Listen, I know Josh wants to fight Jack, and I know Jack wants to fight Josh.
Well, if Josh Taylor wants to fight Jack Catterall, it's happening next.
But listen, I'm not privy to contract negotiations, and we all know that
It's not even about contracts, Andy. It's just you got offered a good offer from Eddie Hearn last time, sensible offer, even more sensible the second time around. This one is, if you don't want it, you just don't want the smoke.
Well, listen, like I say, I'm not privy to it. Like I'm just a good pal of Josh, and I'm not privy to what goes in at the business side of things, and that's where you come in, though. So I'll go back to how confident are you? Confident this fight will be made?
I don't know Josh as a person. I know what it looks like on when he's got in the ring and what his CV suggests. So if we're going off Josh Taylor as a man, that I would look at on the outside as fight anybody, tough as fuck, game as a badger, box for every title there, won every title there is in boxing. Yes, I would say the fight's definitely going to happen. But there is a part of me that believes that he doesn't want to lose to Jack Catterall officially. He's already lost to him once. But to lose to him a second time is unthinkable to him. That's just my honest opinion. And if that is the case, then no problem.
Well, could it be more than just a simple yes to fighting Jack? Is the neutral venue? Is the all this sort of sticking points when it comes to
the venue's not going to be a problem. The venue's not going to be a problem for either man. No man can say anything about the venue.
No, that tells me it's definitely neutral. Definitely not in Manchester, and definitely not in Scotland. Then,
well, you can read into whatever you like, Andrew, and you can put it in, piece it up.
You have been in the game long enough, because you're not letting anything slip here, Sam. You're very.
No, it's nothing about letting it slip. Like I'm trying to break it down because I know like how much he like detests me. So I'm trying to break it down. Like I don't want, right, and he should not want this. His career, like Andy, you can tell me if I'm speaking out of turn here. Josh has achieved everything in boxing. Yeah, he's won every belt there is, every carat there is in boxing. Josh Taylor has won in very good time as well, and in very good fashion. Yeah. What is Josh Taylor renowned for this day and age? Be honest with me.
Well, again, it's almost to the point where it's the news cycle. It's a 24-hour news cycle. I know. I mean, and the latest ones are
Josh Taylor. I'll say it because I don't want to put you in that spot, so I'll say it for you. Josh Taylor at the moment and is known for the guy that got a gift decision against Jack Catterall. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. Not his fault. He wasn't the judge. He didn't score the fight. It's not his fault. And somebody as good as Josh Taylor and the CV that Josh Taylor has shouldn't be renowned for that. But I'm not speaking out of turn here, and I'm not even being remotely disrespectful whether he thinks I am or not. But he should be remembered. He should be not remembered. He should be known for fucking hell, fight anybody, challenge all comers, go to people's backyards, win undisputed titles in record amount of time in great fashion against Jose Ramirez, done all this stuff. He's just remembered for the robbery against Jack Catterall. And Jack Catterall's known for the guy that got robbed against Josh Taylor. It's fucking boring, Andrew. It needs settling. And if it's not, it is not down to Jack Catterall. Cross my heart. Jack Catterall is very easy to work with. Very easy to work with. Jack, this is the deal. What we've got. This is what it is. Obviously, we negotiate our side. Negotiated, done. 24 hours, easy.
Like I said, just going off Josh's resume, man, he was a world champion in 15 and undisputed in 18 fights. So
I was there.
I know what you're saying.
I was there when he won his Commonwealth title. I think in his sixth
Six
or
or
seventh.
seven. Yeah, Dave Ryan, wasn't it? Yeah.
Sixth or seventh fight in the Meadowbank Arena. I was there. I was ringside when he beat Dave Ryan for the Commonwealth title. Doing what? I think, was he the first man or the second person ever to stop Dave? He destroyed Dave in that fight. Dave's a good friend of mine, but yeah, he destroyed Dave in that fight. I know everything about Josh Taylor's way. I'm Josh Taylor's fan, just not right this current time.
I know Josh, right? And if you're going to ask me, like, where Josh is at, I know Josh right now is at the stage of his career where and same as Jack, they want the big paydays because they're in their 30s, they need to get paid. And I know both of them want it. I know Josh still wants this fight. And I know Jack, and I certainly know Jack wants to. I've spoke to Jack as well. He wants to fight. But like I say, as boxing fans, and maybe as you as a manager and somebody that's an advisor towards your fighters and stuff like that, it must be a frustrating time for you to try and get these signatures on the paper.
Not really, because I think it's straightforward. I think what Josh maybe doesn't like is, I'm not speaking on his behalf, he doesn't like the fact that his biggest payday is Jack Catterall. Right this second. He doesn't like it. And I almost agree with him. It's like, I've done all this, I've boxed all these people, and my biggest payday is Jack Catterall. But unfortunately, my friend, that is the case. And vice versa for Jack. This isn't me trying to play sneaky games or we can do this. Jack can box. Jack's on a good run of form. He can find eliminators. He can box. He's in a very good position. But his biggest fight, because there's needle in it, which is what fans want to see, is your man Josh Taylor. And unfortunately for Josh, it's your man Jack Catterall. It doesn't take a divvy to work out what fight should be made next.
Listen, Sam, the way boxing is going right now, I was talking about the way 2023 went, and I thought it was a great year for boxing. If we start at the very beginning with Spence and Crawford, and then we go to the end with that sort of day of reckoning.
Amazing.
I think 2024, I think we will see the fights, and that includes Taylor Catterall. I think we will see it. I just think maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not privy to anything, but I think we will see that fight, and I think we'll see even bigger and better fights in terms of the heavyweight and the fights that we
agree.
see.
Andy, I totally agree. But look, if the fight doesn't happen next, forget about it. It doesn't ever happen. The fight is ready to go now. It's never going to get bigger. Do you know what I mean? It's never going to get more intense. The boys backwards and forwards DMing each other, which, believe me, they are. They don't like each other. This isn't like fake beef where it's like, oh, you say this and let's make the fight. There'll be none of that because it's genuine. It's genuine. Josh is a fiery character anyway. Jack, you know what Jack's like. He's a very placid, laid-back guy. Jack does not like Josh Taylor. He does not like him. And I know Josh don't like him. That makes the best fights. That's what we live for as fans. Forget me as a manager and forget the fact that he thinks I'm a ginormous prick. This is what we love as fans. We want to see those fights with needle. And you can sit there with your Josh Taylor t-shirt on, and then afterwards, me and you can go for a pie and chips, and we'll be fine.
Listen, why don't me and you go on the undercard then?
No, mate, I don't want to go on the undercard with you, Andy. I need a few more extra months training for that.
Well, let's do a hard segue to the day of reckoning card out in Saudi Arabia, Sam. And because I did want to get your thoughts on that. I mean, we saw Anthony Joshua at his best, and I will stay on Anthony Joshua because there's talks about him fighting Francis Ngannou, and you know yourself, you just spoke there about getting the bigger and better fights, big fights in 2024. Touch on Joshua's win against Otto Wallen for me and how well he did there, and then touch on this if Francis Ngannou is next. What would you make of that?
Absolutely fantastic performance against Otto Wallen. Anthony Joshua rediscovered who he was, in my opinion. Welcome back, Anthony Joshua. It's good to have you back because that's what people have been missing. We don't want to see the performances that he did against Jermaine Franklin. That Anthony Joshua causes any heavyweight in the world problems and can beat any heavyweight in the world in that kind of form. Spiteful, strong, powerful, nasty. That's what the Anthony Joshua that was selling out carrying British boxing on his back for years on his own. That's the AJ we all love.
And the talks of the Francis Ngannou. I mean, we saw Francis Ngannou.
Perfect fight. Listen, I'm very good friends with David and Freddie, his who run 258, AJ's management company. I told them straight away, take the Francis Ngannou fight. Business is business, and let's be honest, a lot of people thought Francis Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. Whether you did or whether you didn't, it was a close fight that wasn't meant to be a close fight. I personally think Tyson Fury had a night from hell, and he will never box that bad ever again, and he will go on to beat Usyk. That's another conversation. I think Anthony Joshua knocks Ngannou out inside 6.
Big statement. And what?
I don't think it is a big statement.
No,
It's one professional fight.
but he's a big man. It looks like he can take a shot.
He is. But there's taking a shot, and there's letting Anthony Joshua throw the right hand in your face clean numerous times. You can have a good chin.
I know. I probably agree with you, but I was one of them guys that was saying that Fury would knock Ngannou out in 4, and
same. But everyone did. But everyone comes out. Like, oh yeah, haha. Who predicted Ngannou was gonna chin Fury and get back up, and then it's a contentious points decision win? Nobody thought that.
I think
nobody thought that.
I think, but that fight, Sam, is that you've got to score the close rounds. Do you know what I mean? There's wide rounds where Ngannou, obviously the knockdown round that Ngannou won, but you still got to try and score the not so busy rounds. And I think the not so busy rounds went to Tyson.
For sure. And listen, when I watched it the first time, and I hate to be that person, I watched it twice, but I did watch it twice. I did think Tyson Fury won the fight when the scores were being read out, because I was literally sat there like this. Watching it for the first time. I wasn't scoring it because I was more like, what the fuck is happening here? So like a lot of other people. So when the scores were being read out, I'm thinking, has Ngannou won here? That's what I was thinking. But when you watch it back, like we say, the quieter rounds, so the majority of rounds went to Big Tyson. But was it a good performance? No, it was not a good performance from Tyson Fury. But I never think we will see him perform like that again. I think he knows what the task is in hand he knows the task in hand with Usyk coming up. I think Tyson Fury stops Usyk.
I will touch on that, but I want to stay on the day of reckoning card, because Deontay Wilder, obviously, again, a fight that many people probably got wrong in terms of Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker did
not me.
Again, and not me, I suppose, because I was around that hotel all fight week, and the way Joseph and Andy Lee were talking, I've never bumped into or spoke to a more confident team come fight week. And they were uber confident. I'm talking like they were just saying, listen, we've got this. And they were smiling about it. They were laughing about it. They just knew they were going to win that fight. And just you said not me. So what made you think that Joseph had this fight in the bag?
I put a bet on, and I told people, I was messaging people before the fight, get your money on Joseph Parker on points and Ajit Caballo. I did say Ajit Caballo by points, but I knew Ajit Caballo was going to win because I've watched Makhmudov so many times. Because at one point it was a potential, it's a potential appointment for Joe Joyce. So I used to watch Makhmudov. Sorry, he's just terrible. Oh my God, he's terrible. So I knew that was going to happen. And the Parker thought, you sit there and you think to yourself, and this is without being disrespectful to Deontay, because I love watching Wilder. Deontay Wilder, his violent best is just box office television, right? One of the biggest, most dangerous punches of all time. But when you analyze it and you write it down, you think his best wins are against Bermane Stiverne and Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz fights, he was down on the cards on both. Well, on both fights. And the second fight with Luis Ortiz, when Luis Ortiz was 96, he was losing every round again. And then you kind of put it down and you think Parker is stronger than him, physically stronger than him. He has better footwork. He has a better punch variety. He has a better jab. He's a better fighter. But Wilder punches harder. Well, Parker fought fire with fire and it was light work, wasn't it? Let's be honest. It was easy. It was an easier night for Parker than Jack Massey was.
And again, I almost, well, I agree with you, I suppose, because it made, it was like he was on the back foot. When you're somebody with a knockout punch like Deontay Wilder, you're almost wanting him to be on the front foot a little bit rather than boxing off the back foot.
He had to be the front foot. I mean, Deontay Wilder's talking about carrying on. The only way Deontay Wilder gets himself back into the mix is if he fights Parker and does a job on him. Because other than that, you're looking at Wilder now and just think there's no real reward to fighting Wilder now. Do you understand what I mean? That's just my opinion. But love Malik Scott, love Deontay Wilder. If he comes back, you can watch him again because it's always going to be edge of your seat stuff because of the punch he possesses, the power he possesses. But you couldn't be any more happier for a man like Joseph Parker, probably the nicest man I've ever met.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Sam, what do you make of Deontay Wilder's comments after the fight? Reference that
he talks bollocks, doesn't he, Andy? He talks bollocks, doesn't he? The costume's too big for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury cheated with the gloves. He was, what was he doing, in a chamber or something before the Parker fight? It's bollocks, isn't it? It's just total bollocks. He lost.
Did you hear what he mentioned about Anthony Joshua being happy that he lost because now that fight?
Yeah, why would Anthony Joshua be happy that he's just lost £100 million in what would be, I've always said, what would be quite an easy fight for AJ?
That fight's lost its glitter, a little bit of its sparkle, the Wilder Joshua fight. But is it still there, Sam? Can we still get for it?
No, yeah. Unless if Wilder wins on AJ's next undercard against Parker, and he looks devastating, like he knocks Parker out in a few rounds, then yeah, the fight's back on. But what we all need to see is, and this is no disrespect to Usyk, because genuinely Usyk, future Hall of Famer, 2-division world champion, undisputed cruiserweight champion, could be undisputed heavyweight champion. I want to see Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua before it's too late. I do. Selfish boxing fan. I want to see that fight happen, Andy. And if that fight doesn't happen, we should all be fucking ashamed of ourselves.
I feel like that with Fury and Joshua, to be honest. I feel like
that's what I mean. Fury and Joshua.
Yeah.
That's the fight.
Oh, I thought you said Wilder there. Sorry.
No, that's what I mean. The Fury AJ fight. I want to see Fury against. Did I say Fury Wilder? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe you didn't. I'll probably just.
I don't know. But I mean AJ against Tyson Fury. If that fight doesn't happen, ridiculous. We need to see that fight before they call time on their fantastic careers.
Definitely, and again, I agree with you on this. I agreed with you quite a lot tonight. That's the first.
Listen, you always agree with me more off camera. It's just because I know you're very good friends with your pal JT. So it's okay. It's no problem. Because I think you tell him that I'm not a bad guy. I think you tell him I'm not a bad guy, really.
You're not a bad guy, Sam. But I will remind you that former undisputed in 18 fights.
I said that before. We've already gone through that.
I know, we've already gone through that. Listen, Jarrell Miller. Where do we start with Jarrell Miller? Did you see?
I don't know. I don't know that guy. Carjacking. Let's just hope Eddie Hearn's okay, and he came out in one piece.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I said we'll touch on Fury Usyk, and you basically just said it. You basically said that Fury stops Usyk when they fight come February.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And then what next? All belts come fragmented. The rematch.
I think we'll get a rematch that we don't really want to see with Fury and Usyk because he's contracted to that. So you have to honor contracts. And then hopefully AJ fights Ngannou, beats him, fights Zergovic. Philip's my friend, but I want him to win because I want to see AJ against Fury. So hopefully they both come out of their next 2 respective fights and we see the fight in the, you're probably looking at spring or maybe February of 2025.
And look, I've got my 2 fingers crossed here because, like I said,
I just wanted to see it happen. I just want to see it happen because we're all getting older. We want to see it. We want to see that fight happen.
Listen, I've had a haircut today, so I don't know if you noticed, mate.
Yeah, you've had a nice shiny. You look like the you're like the Scottish Crystal Maze presenter, aren't you? Do you remember him?
Mate, you could have said Jason Statham or something, man, but Crystal Maze fuck. I need to know. I'm going to put a little photo of him. Or I'm going
With
to
a
edit a
sprinkle
photo.
of Jason Statham.
Right, a little sprinkle of Jason Statham. Yeah. Listen, Conor Benn versus Peter Dobson out in Vegas. Your thoughts? A lot of people are criticizing the opponent, but listen.
Yeah, but the thing is, listen, Conor Benn's called out Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis team don't want the fight. He's called out Barrios, unavailable. He signed his agreement to fight Chris Eubank Jr. Didn't materialize. There's 5 weeks to go till that date. He's fighting somebody that's undefeated. Is it the fight we all want to see? No, not really. But he's fighting an undefeated guy that can literally. That's going to be Peter Dobson's world title fight against Conor Benn. So are we going to tune in? People are going to moan about it. Are you going to tune in? Yeah, you're going to tune in because it's going to be UK time out in Vegas. You've got Johnny Fisher on the card. You've got all the Essex boys on the card. Looking forward to it. So yeah, so let's see. But I think you'll find Conor Benn's going to be in a monster fight in spring, summer.
Definitely. Sam, I know you speak your mind when it comes to the sport of boxing, and we're going to go on to something quite controversial here. USA Boxing, the transgender policy, saying they're going to allow transgender people, well, from male to female to box in the female category, but they've got to go through certain years of transitioning and whatnot. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I said it the other day, Andy. It's a load of bollocks, like literally a load of bollocks. If transgenders want to box, fantastic, but please box yourselves. Box in the undisputed transgender championship of the world, because if you're born a male and you transition to female, which is your right, which is your complete right to do whatever the hell you want with your body, that's your choice. But boxing, competing against women in any sport, no, stupid. But combat, physical combat, hell no. If transgenders want to box, Andy, they can fucking box transgenders. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. It's unsafe, it's fucking dangerous, and it's just downright stupid. So that's what I think to that. Transgenders want to box fellow transgenders and have a transgender league division.
No, it's not a league, is it? But yeah.
You know what I mean, Andy.
I know what you mean, Sam. Listen, you've got quite I will jump again onto your stable because we're running out of time on the Zoom call now. You've got a great little stable coming up.
Yes.
Well, not coming up. You've got a great little stable, but they've got some great fights coming up. You've got Mark Dickinson, you've got Cameron Vaughn, but you've got a couple of guys making their pro debut that I'm excited about. So just you fire away. Who are we looking out for?
So we've got fight news coming in the next few days for Khalil Majid, Muhammad Ali. Cameron Vong's been announced. He's fighting Ishmael Ellis. Big step up, co-main event in Newcastle. Hamza Uddin will make his debut in the spring. Such an exciting fighter, Hamza Uddin. He's going to run through the weights, Andy. He really is. Special kid. Who I mentioned, Mark Dickinson. Massive fight news for Mark Dickinson. I think you probably know about what the crack is, but we can't announce it until obviously Matchroom do the announcement. Huge year coming for Mark Dickinson. Massive announcement for him. Say Cameron Vaughn, Khalil Majid, Muhammad Ali. Who are we missing? You got Owen and Ben Rees. Yeah, Owen and Ben Rees.
Anyone?
Owen and Ben Rees. They've got fight news coming as well in the next couple of days.
Dan Toward.
I'm missing Dan Toward. He boxed twice in 3 weeks. The end of Christmas, so he's going to be back out in probably March. Again, special kid. I genuinely believe I've got the best young stable in Britain. I really do believe that with the talent I've got. I'm about to make a couple more signings potentially. That's going to be very personal to me because it could be very special. So yeah, big year, Andrew McCART.
Are you signing any Scottish fighters, Sam?
I actually speak to a couple of Scottish fighters, Andy, that I'll potentially work with.
Because right now,
Um,
Sam, right, I'm probably the only Scottish guy you like and get on with when it comes to like guys like Billy Nelson and Josh Taylor. I'm the
Billy
only
Nelson
one.
rings me 10 times a week, Andy. I don't mind Billy Nelson. He just chats a load of shit, doesn't he?
That's Billy, man. That's Billy.
He does it. He did it tonight. What did he say tonight? He goes, everyone's avoiding Bakuli. Like, no, fight Michael Hunter, mate. Simple. Fight Michael Hunter. Right the wrong. He called Joe Joyce a duck and it wound me up earlier. Like, Joe Joyce is calling whatever you like. How the fuck can you call Joe Joyce a duck? He was mandatory for the world title and voluntarily boxed Zhang. And then he got knocked out and then he literally said, right, I want to right the wrong and do it again. He's anything but a duck, Joe Joyce. So, fight Michael Hunter, William Nelson of Airdrie.
It's Green Gears, but I'll let you off.
Same thing.
It's the same thing, to be honest. Sam, listen, 2024, you mentioned your young stable there, and I've seen a couple of them firsthand, but I'm really excited about Hamza Udin, so I'm going to really watch this kid closely because not just yourself, but Eddie Hearn's been speaking highly of him, and yeah.
Listen, Cameron Vong,
Yeah.
genuinely, so special, Andy. Honestly, I'm so excited about the fighters. I've genuinely, in the years I've been in boxing, nearly 10 years, I'm so excited about this stable I have, genuinely. Cameron Vaughn, but mate, Hamza Udin is, oh my God. Wait till you see him put hands on somebody.
I've seen some amateur clips, man. If that's an amateur game, then he's going to shoot right into these pro ranks. So.
With an 8-ounce glove on. Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Exciting time, Sam. Listen, absolute pleasure as always to speak to you, mate. No doubt I'll probably see you at a show at some point. Probably Newcastle for Cameron Vaughn.
Yes, I'll see you there, Andrew. I'll see you there, my friend.
Definitely see you in February. Sam, as always, thank you so much for taking time out in your evening. You've just put your children to bed. So, again, thank you so much, champ. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll see you in Newcastle.
Happy, healthy New Year to you, Andy. See you soon.
You too, brother. Thanks, Sam.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook. Sign up now for a $20 free bet. Just use the code IFLTV24. Sign up now. Terms and conditions apply.